How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to go through who I think will start for France up against Wales in the opening day of the Six Nations. Now, this is just my opinion. There are too many players to really be able to make the entire squad. This is just my opinion on who I feel will be starting the tournament and kind of generally who's going to play. So I do want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section below, and hopefully this video does gain a subscription from you, as I just want to provide you guys with the best content physically possible. So without further ado, let's get into it, starting from 1 to 15 and then my substitutions as well. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are, and let me know who you might put in this place and who you think might start. So first, we're starting in loose head prop number 1, Cyril Bailly, or Bailly. Never pronounce his names. I think it's Bailly. Coming in loose head prop. I think this is where he's going to start. He is an absolute monster of a player. He's strong, very technical, and I think he is going to get that number 1 spot. He's been in pretty good form. He's always someone very good to watch, and he's an absolute powerhouse. We then move on into Julien Marchand, coming in at a hooker. Now, this is a very tough decision. I feel Marchand, he is going to start. Obviously, you do have Malvaka, who the guy's an absolute beast and a monster, but it's like, who do you choose? You know, it could be either of them. Either of them are ridiculous and amazing players. I just feel, considering the game is up against France, the game is up against Wales, I think Marchand is going to get that nod over Malvaka, but this is anyone's game. Anybody could get chosen for this. Then we go into tight head prop. I'm not putting anyone in there other than Winnie Antonio. The guy, he is a colossus. He is a juggernaut. The guy, he just runs. You cannot stop him. He just towers over people, and he is as bloody thick as he is strong. So yeah, I wouldn't put anyone in this position other than Winnie Antonio. And honestly, I think this is his position. This is where he stays strong. So yeah, that is my first 3. Let me know what your thoughts in the comment section below, as I want to know who you might put in their place, right? Then we go into the locks. So I have Thibaut Flament and Emmanuel Miafou, or Miafou. Never pronounce his name correctly. Personally, I think that these players are, especially Miafou, the guy is fabulous. He's got such an all-rounded skill set, and he brings something different to the game. You know, I think he complements Flament very well, and I think all in all is going to be a very strong very strong lock pairing. Obviously you do have please forgive me for this, Tfu Fofana, who personally, he's someone that I never really paid too much attention to before, and it's someone that I'm starting to watch quite a lot. And personally, he's a player that I do have in the replacements, in the substitutions. I think he's an absolutely brilliant player, but I do feel that Flament and Miafou get the nods over him and pretty much everybody else. And personally, I think Miafou is going to have a ridiculously good tournament, and he's one of the players, one of the key players for France, that I think if they have a brilliant tournament, they can win it, potentially even a Grand Slam, if players like Ramos, like Dupont, like Miafou, you know, like Cyril Bailly, like Julien Marchand. I mean, I'm just going to bloody name the entire team. If they are up for it in this tournament, they can take that title away from Ireland. They have the ability to. It just depends on which fronts show up on the day, right? Because when players like this play, when Winnie Antonio plays and he plays well, you better watch out because he's gonna flatten you. So yeah, this is the lock pairing um, that I feel is gonna go down. Obviously, with top 14 rugby and the French players, they're coming in with such talent, and it's becoming such a hard decision to choose. Right, even out of the 36, um, it's so hard to choose players that are genuinely going to be able to not only make a difference, work together, and work as a team. And the French system is improving so much so quickly. I think they have a real shot here. Um, and then we move on into flankers. I put blindside flanker Francois Cross, and then open side flanker Anthony Gelonch. Again, it's something that there is such a there is certain options to it. Personally, I feel that they fit the bill. Um, Again, complementing each other very well, complementing the locks as well. Um, and especially with the flankers, I think they work very well with both. Um, well, with a lot of the forward pack, I think they complement it and they really help each other, as you do in a rugby squad. But Cross and Jalon, I think they are going to do very well. And obviously, at club level as well, they've obviously been doing something enough to impress. So again, hopefully they come up strong. And then number 8. This is a big one. Personally, I am putting Gregory Aldr in here. Some of you guys might disagree to it. I feel that it's the right choice. And I personally, I feel he's going to get the nod. I want to hear what you guys think. Who should play the number 8 position if not Gregory Aldr? Yeah, let me know in the comment section below. I enjoy watching him play, and like I said, there's a lot of French players that I am really warming up to, and because I've always been very much into sort of Southern Hemisphere rugby, I've recently got very big into um, Premiership rugby, and I feel there's still so much for me to learn about France and the way that they play rugby. I've been watching a lot more top 14, as in Toulouse, Toulon, Stade Francais, Bordeaux. Bordeaux is probably one of my favorites, one of my favorite clubs to watch right now. But honestly, he is a player that I'm kind of catching up with, and yeah, I think he deserves that number 8. Now, we move on into scrum half. I don't think that there's anything that needs to be said. I think there's only one player that's going to be able to play this, and that is Dupont. I can't see him taking a backseat to anybody, and I wouldn't want him to do so. The guy's a maestro. He's phenomenal. He complements the forwards, the backs so perfectly. He is that gel that, what you want um, in a squad. So personally, nobody else is taking that spot other than Antoine Dupont. But you do have Maxime Lucu, which he brings a completely different style of rugby into the game. So in the games that necessarily aren't going France's way, to bring in that change, to bring in that tactical decision, kind of um, play to really switch things up on teams when things aren't going your way. Luku, I feel he is a brilliant player to bring on that like 60th minute that can really be an impact player. And, I can't see anybody else starting other than Dupont. But honestly, if there was ever anyone to replace Dupont, I would want Luku in that spot. So, yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in relation to that. Now, personally, in terms of left wing, so let's go. So let's go left wing, right wing. So 11, I have 11. I have Villiers. I think Villiers is going to get that. Again, another player that I've really started watching a lot more, and again, he's doing something right to get that nod. So he's got exciting rugby. He's got a bit of pace. He's got good physicality. He's pretty well grounded as well. Low center of gravity. So I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be really good. Sorry about that. Apparently, we had an end of the world decision. Instance, my cat needed to get into the room that I just happened to be recording in, and he would not leave. So, I had to let the king inside. Now, so where was I? Yes, Villiers. I think he's going to start, but again, it's one that's very much up in the air because so many different players can play that position. So yeah, that one's just a gut feeling for me. I don't necessarily have anything like major behind it, just what I feel. We go to the centers. Now we have Yoram Moafana, inside center, Emilien Gaëtan, outside center. Personally, I think they are the right people for it. Again, you have a lot of players that can potentially play in and around those positions. And this is one thing that I'm finding, which is something that I absolutely love. And this is something that South Africa have, which I feel France are still building on, but they definitely have it there, is the amount of players that they are now building and that they are molding to be able to play in multiple positions, right? Because it takes a lot of stress off of the team as well when you are proficient in a couple different positions, right? Just as Dupont and Tamac, they can play multiple positions. So when you need something else, they are able to slot in elsewhere, right? To help the team. So this is something that I find France, they are slowly building the squad that can deal with any instance, right? And they are really building these all-rounded players, which really can start slotting into different positions to benefit the squad, right? But again, yeah, Moafana, Gaëtan, I believe they're going to be the ones that really, really make that difference. And for right wing, I got Damien Peno or Pinaud. Again, difficult. I really like him. I think, especially up against Wales, I think he's going to have that freedom, which you don't necessarily always get, especially up against the bigger teams, especially teams that like to drown you out. Because Ireland, they're going to be coming in strong. They're going to be putting in a lot of pressure on you. They're going to want to give as little time as physically possible to have you think. And I think this would be a brilliant way to have Peno really open up his account in the Six Nations, and kind of get that flow. So that is my starting 15. A lot of you guys might not necessarily agree with me, and personally, this is just what I feel is going to be. This is what I feel is going to be played. So, like I say, each and every single one of the players that were picked for the squad, I mean, the front squad, can play as a first 15, without a doubt. But to think within a tournament stage, right, with the length of a tournament, the amount of games that you're going to be playing, the intensity of the games that you're going to be playing, you have to manage time very well, which is why I did not put, good old BB in the starting 15. I think they are going to want to they're going to bring him on so that he gets more time. BLBRA, he's a danger even on his worst day. So I think they're going to give it a bit of time, but they're going to work him in and then have him play in the game like Ireland, right? Where they're going to need they're going to need him fresh, right? But at the same time, not too fresh. So for the substitutes, I have Malvaca, Jean-Baptiste Gros, Dorian Aldegeri, Romain Taufefenua, sorry, I just lost myself here. Yes, and then we have Paul Baudahent. And then you have Maxime Lucu, Mathieu Jalibert, and then Luis Bielre. Oh, that was a mouthful. I think this gives a good amount of youth, experience, a good balance between physicality and technicality. And honestly, I think this would be a good team to start the Six Nations off with, to really start getting points in, to put on a really good show, right? But still holding some players back as well. So what I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. Maybe I'm an absolute madman and I'm talking absolute BS. I do rely on you guys as well, because as I'm continuing with this channel, I am growing and I am learning. Like I say, I am still learning a lot about the top 14 league. I'm learning a lot about France rugby and just how good they really, really are. So there's a lot that I am still learning. Obviously, if there's any players that maybe you think are definitely up and coming stars, let me know, because I want to do some research on them. But personally, from what I've seen, this is the team that I would go for. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow. I just want to provide you guys with the best content possible. And on that note, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.